Good morning, guys. This is Bama Mobs here on YouTube. This is Fitness with Bama Mobs. Thank you for joining me again. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. It's going to take you 1 second to hit the like button. I would much appreciate that if you did it. Moving on, as you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we usually cover. So we're looking at retirement and fitness, or fitness and retirement, however you want to look at it. So I'll show you the sky here, another beautiful day in the great state of North Alabama. This is July the 3rd. I mean, there's nobody here. Some people playing tennis. I'm out here walking. Everybody else is at the beach. And tomorrow they're gonna get like crazy, flipped out, watching fireworks, eating hot dogs, swimming amongst the marine life there on the panhandle, be out there deep sea fishing, eating at Captain Anderson's, eating at Angelo's, all that type of stuff. But on with the video, retirement and fitness. This ain't gonna be a 1 through 10 or 1 through 5 type of video. I'm just gonna give you my facts. And it's not to show up anyone, it's not a humble brag. It's just, all these videos give generalities, and if you get something concrete, it's easier to think about. So retirement and fitness. For me, the thing that is going to determine my retirement is going to be my fitness and my health. That's the reason here in my 50s, I made it a point to do the non-negotiable and walk every day. I've also incorporated Planet Fitness, doing weightlifting, even thinking about starting back tennis again at this point. Got a lot of strength back, quickness, mental clarity, all that stuff you hear on the YouTube videos. It's true. If you exercise, you get better, internal healing, get your nutrition down, vitamins, minerals, protein, all that stuff, and you're going to be doing great. So number one, you got to hone in on your fitness, or your retirement's not going to be that long anyway. Now we get to the other one. What is retirement about? Money. Say whatever you want to. Ultimately, it's about money. Now here is the best way I think about money. Just like you have watched up 10,000 YouTube videos, read books, talked to friends. I've talked to people that's actually retired to get their advice. And strangely enough, a lot of them are on Social Security only. So that actually makes me feel a little bit better. But money. The first thing, and really the only thing you have to do, is determine how much am I going to spend a month in retirement. Not now, in retirement. Now, if you have to plan it for now, that's great. You're just gonna give you a cushion. But I would just plan it for what you're gonna spend in retirement. So here's me. I'll give you a second to get a notebook and a pencil, because I'm not going to be doing no diagrams or whiteboards or nothing like that. I'll just be giving it to you. Let's start out with the most important thing on your list. Cable television and internet. That is $170 a month. We got to have air conditioning while we're watching Reba reruns and reruns of Criminal Minds. So that's going to be, I'm going to average it out. Power, for me, that's going to be like $250 a month if we was to average it out. Water, that's $30. So we got $250, we got $30. Cable TV, we got $170. Let's move on. Groceries. For me and my wife, even with me changing my dietary habits, I found out we're spending less. So I'm gonna even go high. Well, I'm not gonna go high because we'll be retired. Old people don't eat. $500 a month. So let's recap that. So we got $500 for groceries. We got $200 for cable TV. Got $250 for power. $30 for water. Garbage fee per year is $240, so you got to pay that, unless I want to drive to landfill. There's not gonna be no house payment. There's not gonna be no car payment. Life insurance. That will continue at $72 a month. Now, another thing I'm not going to have is a disability plan. I mean, you're not going to need that no more because I'm going to be retired. There's no income to insure. And that is a big part of what's being taken out of my paycheck currently. So life insurance, $72. Adding my wife, we'll just make it $100 a month. State Farm insurance. Man, those guys are brutal, man. I'll just say I'll be $250 a month because I'm a total coverage type of guy. I don't know, I might go down to liability. I doubt it. If you can think of any other expenses that I missed, I'm sure there is. Just go ahead and put those in there. Oh yeah, the big one. How can I forget this, man? I'm making the video. Health care. Man, if you're just straight up Medicare at age 65, you know, I was talking to my friend. He told me that's like $200 a month. I think technically it's 178. That's a big chunk out of your finances. We'll just say that'll be $250 a month by the time I get there. Another thing to think about, health insurance. If you're going to retire at age 62, you got to pay that boogaboo yourself. So now you're looking at $500 to $600 a month. Now, how are you going to pull that off? Now, this is not a humble brag, but for me, my wife, I think she can qualify for Medicare now. And for me, I just go to Veterans Administration. Yeah. Now, VA, you still have to pay copays and stuff. There's copays for hospitalization. You just don't have all this. I think financially it would be better for VA. Plus the medicines are cheap. All right, so that's everything I've got. So if I add that up, still that's a pretty good price point. I don't know. Y'all did the addition. I haven't. Just guessing about it. I almost that's $2,500, $3,000 a month, somewhere in there. There are little things I didn't count about, like gas. Gas could be minimal because I'm just gonna be around here. But yeah, we're talking about $3,000 a month for me and my wife to exist in retirement. Now the next part of the equation, so now I know what I'm going to spend in retirement. Just right here, walking around the track, I know I'm going to spend retirement already. There's no other surprises except for, like I said, major medical crises. Personally, I'm not in the $5 million category if you didn't tell. So I'm going to have to, yeah, I'll be one of these people that, hey, after me or my wife passes away at the nursing facility, if we make it to the nursing facility, yeah, just they'll have to come take my house. Because I'm sure whatever it costs to take care of me there, probably the house won't even cover it, you know? All right, so now, money, what do I got coming in? This is what y'all been waiting for. I want to give it to you, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the notifications bell. Social Security. I will make somewhere at age, if I drew at age 62, it'll be $2,500. If I draw at age, full retirement age for me, which is age 67, I'm way above the 3,000 mark. 3,000 times 12 is $36,000 per year. So as you can tell, I'm already there. I'm already retired. I've got the money to cover it. And if you do the math and think about it, you're already there too. Now, are we living at the Apogee condominiums, Miami Beach, Florida? No, we are not. We are living in a low retirement area called the Southeastern United States. There's multiple small towns like where I'm at, all through Georgia, definitely all through Mississippi. that the cost of living is minuscule. Hey, let me go back to what I'm going to have to spend in retirement. I forgot 2 critical things: house insurance, property tax. So property tax would be $1,000, house insurance probably $2,000 a year. Good thing about here in Alabama, once you hit age 65, you can go down to the revenue department and you're excluded from property tax. You don't have to pay it because you're old, which is a great thing here in Alabama. Some slight help for the elderly. Now, going back, so we know what we're going to be spending in retirement, how we're going to pay for it. So I'm already confident, you should be too, that yes, Social Security, as long as you're not living an extravagant lifestyle, you should be okay. Now let's go to my wife. My wife, she's probably gonna pull $1,000. So now we're at $4,000 a month. So that's 4 times 12. That's $48,000 a year. So what's that? 8 minus 6. Yeah, so we're $12,000 surplus what we need. Surplus. So what does that mean? That means occasionally we can go out to eat. That means we can go to Panama City Beach once a year. And then we got money to spend it. Local high school football games, high school baseball, go see the Birmingham Barons, UAB basketball, maybe one Alabama game per year. Although at that time it probably cost $5,000 for 2 people to go to Alabama game. So those are things that you can do. Now you're asking, well, Bama Mobs, what you got in the 401k? Well, no one's going to tell you exactly what they got you in the 401k, but I'll give you a range. All right, so here's the range. $250 to $300. So there's a range. $250,000 to $300,000. And let's do the math on that. And a lot of you, I know you're saying, gosh almighty, if I just had that and this and this, trust me, it's not that much as far as maintaining your lifestyle. But this is a very good example of why you need to save your own money for your retirement. You got to have a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA. You've got to have those. If you're in a different type of tax situation, then a traditional 401k may be of some benefit to you. But yeah, you got to have, Roth 401k or Roth IRA and be dumping money in that every month. If you're in your 30s, man, put at least $100 a month. It's going to make a difference. Trust me. If you're in your 40s, you better buckle down. But I know in your 40s, you got all types of high school stuff going on. You're spending money on kids. It's just tough to do it. And once you hit 50, you have no excuse. It's all on you then. It's like you're 20 years old again. Yeah, don't waste your money. Need to fatten up that account. Now, how am I going to use that? Well, statistically, in all my deep research on YouTube and reading, people are scared out their wazoo once they retire. Most people only take 2%. Yes, they only take 2% of what they got, no matter how much they got. But traditionally, everything you see on YouTube is the 4% rule. And briefly on that, 4% rule means that if you take out 4% of what's in your 401k per year to live on, then through interest and growth, that you should make back that 4% within the year, so your account will not go down or go down a little bit. I've seen a couple of people on YouTube where, of course, recently with our growth in the stock market, their accounts have exploded. Yeah, they're like this one lady, she started out with $500,000 in her retirement pool, and man, she's up to like 517, and she'll be retired for 2 years. So there's gonna be those crazy scenarios for some people. So what am I gonna be withdrawing? Well, 4, 5, 6, 7%. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the 4% rule. It's not crazy conservative. And then after a year or two of retirement, I can look at my account and say, okay, I could probably take 5 or 6%. But if I'm doing okay, living at my meager standard of living, walking laps around a local track, you know, maybe playing some tennis, fishing a little bit, you know, whatever else activities I got, there's millions of books I want to read. Yeah, I'm not gonna be spending that much money. So now let's add it up. All right, so my Social Security, let's go on the low end. Let's say I've retired at age 62. So my Social Security will be $2,500 a month. So that's gonna be down in the low 30 range. Wife's gonna get $1,000. So let's say we'll get $40,000 a year instead of 48. I want to minus $8,000 right there. Then let's say if my 401k made it to $300,000, well, I would take $4,000 from each of the $100,000, 4%. So I'm taking $4,000 from each of those $100,000. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. So that would be $12,000 per year added to the $40,000. So now we're at $52,000 per year. So you see how it changes. I mean, you're not going to make the same money you was making when you was working. Although, let's throw in another thing there. If you really, really, really want to work, now, if you're before full retirement age, currently, you can make around $22,000 a year without penalty. After you hit full retirement age, if you make $1 million a year, they don't care. You're still gonna get your Social Security. Yes, you make as much money as you want, but you can be 67, dude. Let's get real. Even the government says that. Let's get real, dude. That's not happening. So that is my video on retirement and fitness. You need to be out walking every day, going to the gym, playing tennis, shooting some light basketball. Don't sprain your ankle. Get that nutrition tightened up, dude. You need to teach yourself how to eat broccoli, cauliflower, collards, green leafy vegetables. Getting those 3 to 6 ounces of steak and chicken, eggs, 2 or 3 times a day. On days that you're not doing a lot of stuff, don't eat that much. On days that you're working more, yeah, probably do some more calories. You don't have to have no calculator to do all this stuff. But if you don't get nothing else from this video, get this. Social Security, as long as you don't have bills and a meager standard of living, you'll probably be okay. I mean, you're not going to have no wiggle room. You're not going to be going on vacations outside of your hometown, but you're going to be okay. Now, if you throw in your 401k and you're donating like you're supposed to, putting your money in, then you're just going to sit back and say, hey, beautiful day today, I'm going to go for a walk. I think I'll go to Starbucks, buy me 1 coffee. That'll be your coffee, the 1 of 2 coffees you can buy per week. And then I'm just going to sit in my backyard, pick blueberries. Yeah, that's what retirement really is. We've overblown retirement into thinking it's worldwide travel and we're going to be hanging at the pool at the Apogee condominium in Miami Beach. Is that the second time I mentioned that? Yeah. If you have not checked it out, get on YouTube now, or just the internet. Type in Apogee, APOGEE, condominiums, Miami Beach. That place is gangster. That is the condo of condos. If I did win a multi-million-dollar lottery, I would be gone from here immediately, and that is where you would find me. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all watching the channel. Hopefully you gleaned something from this. Man, I think I walked 2.5 hours today, man. I've been talking a while. I will see y'all later. This is Bama Mobs out.